What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Tonight, instead of today like I normally say, tonight I've actually got to go to the airport to pick up the star of this video, the peacock bass that I've been trying to get for a while now. And if I would have known that I was going to have to go to the airport just to get this fish, I wouldn't have ordered it in the first place. But for the price and the size of this fish, it had to be a big one anyways, because I couldn't get some little dinky 4 or 5 incher because he was going to get, you know, beat up by the other fish in this pond. I had to get this one at the price that I could get it at, and I'm going to talk way more about that later on in the video. Here's the pond though, looking and doing really good. There's the tiger Oscar right there. The gar is right over there, and the bass is somewhere. I just fed them about 25 rosy red minnows a couple minutes ago, so they're all fattened up. And it's actually kind of a good thing that we're going to get this fish and put them in the pond like kind of late at night, because that's when the fish are going to be, you know, a lot less active, and they're not going to see what's going into the pond. And then, you know, the next morning they'll see, hey, well, when did that fish get here? Hopefully, at least. I don't think we're going to have any issues out of this. It is going to be a very big peacock. I do know that. It was supposed to be 14 inches, but the guy sent me like one of his biggest ones that he had. It's going to be around 17 inches, he said, so it's going to be a big fish. The gar's about 12 inches, so imagine about 5 or 6 more inches onto the gar right there, and then, of course, a lot wider. That is going to be about how big that peacock is going to be. At least I think so. I don't know. I do know it's going to be big, and I know it's going to be at least that long. And there's the bass right there coming out. So yeah, it's going to be really cool. I've been waiting for a long time to get a peacock bass for this pond, and we're going to be getting one tonight. This is something new for me. I've actually never had to go to the airport just to pick up a dang fish. But you know what? If it's for this fish, this is one of the very few fish that I would do this for. So you know what, we're gonna check it out. Hopefully it comes in at 9. Hopefully the flight isn't delayed or canceled or something like that, because holy cow, that would suck to be at the airport at 2 o'clock in the morning waiting on a fish to come in. So hopefully everything goes just fine, everything goes just as planned, but I will check back in with you guys in a couple of hours. Alright, so I just got back from the airport. I've got the fish right here, and I'm about to open up the box, and you guys are gonna get to see the fish as soon as I do. So here we go. This fish, literally, for some reason, had a transfer flight from Miami, that's where it came from, Miami to Charlotte, North Carolina, and then here to Montgomery. That's freaking crazy. So this fish has had a long flight, and I know he's got to be ready to get out of whatever he's in. Oh my goodness. He's in a giant bag. Let's see if we can see him. Holy cow, guys, this fish is big. Oh my gosh. Okay, hang on a second. Alright, you guys, I'm going to go and set him over in the pond, and maybe we can get a little bit better of a look at him. There he is. Look at that fish. That is a monster. Oh my gosh, guys. I don't know how well you guys can see him. That's his head right there. Look at that mouth. Oh my gosh, dude. Everybody's asleep right now in this pond. Like, this is the perfect time to add a new fish in there when everybody's asleep and doesn't know what the heck's going on. But you know what? I'm going to give him a good 15-20 minutes or so to acclimate and all that. You know, let him just kind of calm down. He's got to be really stressed out. He looks good, though. He's moving around. He was splashing around when I picked him up out of the box. So he's good and healthy, I can tell you that. But he definitely needs to acclimate for a little bit. And this is 100% going to be the biggest fish in the pond. I thought he was going to be, but I didn't really know for sure. But he is definitely bigger than the largemouth. Alright, you guys, I think I've given this peacock long enough to acclimate. So we're going to go in and get him out of the bag, and I'm going to give you guys a really good look at him. Alright, you guys, here he is. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is such a beautiful fish right there. Look at the gold and the red in him. That is crazy. Check out the mouth. Oh my goodness, guys, look at that. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna release him. There he is right there. He bit the crap out of me when I was trying to lip him. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. You got it. You got it. And wait for him to bite down on me, and then I know he's ready to go. Oh, he's starting to bite on me. Here we go. We're getting somewhere. Come on. Alright, let's see. There he goes. Oh my goodness gracious. Guys, that is a freaking monster. Holy cow. If that ain't a big fish, I don't know what is. Look at that beast. Oh my goodness, guys, we're gonna have to get a bigger pond. It's as simple as that. Guys, there's the gar on the bottom down there, and he looks like a freaking I don't like a neon compared to him. Holy cow. Guys, this fish is so big. Holy cow. Alright, you know what? I'm just stressing him out even more. I'm going to take the light off of him, and I'm going to let not only the fish get some rest, but also me, because it's about 11 o'clock at night, and I've got work tomorrow. The next day, and the peacock seems to be doing just fine. You know, it's crazy because the fish that are in this pond that were in here before he was, like the bass, the Oscar, and all that, they didn't see this fish go into the pond. It was about 10:30-ish last night when I put them in, and all the fish were asleep except for maybe the pleco. So they woke up this morning, and when they came out up underneath the driftwood, they saw that giant fish in there. And I came out here pretty early this morning, like right after I woke up, to check on him. And the Oscar is usually right up here in the front. Now he is, but he was way over there and the peacock was over here. So the Oscar was pretty intimidated by him, but the gar and the largemouth bass, they weren't at all. They were already up here ready for food. But yeah, there he is right over there. Guys, this is such a freaking big fish. Look at that sucker. That is just amazing. His fins are a little frail from the shipment, but those should heal up within the next few weeks or so. But yeah, all the fish are getting along. Of course, they're not going to mess with him, and hopefully as long as I keep him all fattened up and fed really well, he won't mess with them. But you know what? I honestly don't think we're going to have any problems out of him. Hopefully we don't. I don't know. We're just going to have to give it time and see what the heck happens. And it's probably going to take this guy a good week to week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks before he starts eating really well. Whenever you move big fish like this, it just takes them a lot longer than smaller fish to adapt to, you know, their new pond or tank or whatever you're putting them in. But the good thing is that the guy that I got this peacock from, he keeps them in like a pool pond type thing, kind of like this, but not exactly. So it's kind of good because this peacock is already used to people walking up over them instead of walking up to them. I talk about that a lot, like whenever you buy a fish you know, out of a tank and you put it into a pond, it just takes them a little bit longer to get used to you walking up over them instead of, you know, walking up straight to them. But it's good that this peacock is already used to kind of, you know, being in a pond like this. And of course, there's all different kinds of peacock bass. This particular one is called a butterfly peacock, and they don't get really, really big like the Temensis, but they get a little bit bigger than something like the Caleberry and, you know, some other species. But this guy's right around 17, 18 inches. They get, I think, around 22, maybe 24 inches or so. So he's not going to get too much bigger, but he definitely probably will grow a few more inches. But all the other fish in here, the largemouth bass, the Oscar, and the gar, they will definitely get a lot bigger than what they are right now. But I'll say we drop some rosy red minnows in here, and let's just see if the peacock's interested in them at all. Let's just see what happens. I know the Oscar, the bass, and all that, they're going to get them, but let's just see what the peacock does when one comes across him. You know what? He might not even go after anything this small because he is so freaking big. They're going over there by him. Not really doing anything. I don't really expect him to. You know, there's a largemouth right there, but it's probably going to take that guy at least a good week or so before he eats anything. It's not going to surprise me if it takes even longer than that. But he's doing really, really good. He hasn't, you know, been really stressed out in here, nothing like that. He is colored up, so that is one good thing. There's one there right beside him. He's kind of coming back to the inside. There's actually one on his side right there. But yeah, it's definitely going to take this guy a couple of days to, you know, really get used to being in here and around these other fish. And it's going to take them a little while to get used to being around him. Let's see if we can't drop one right on top of the gar. Kind of have to help him out because the other ones, they seal it before he gets it. Oh, did he get it? He got it. How about that? He actually got it. And whatever sore or gash was on top of the Oscar's head, it looked a lot worse than last video. But it's starting to heal up a lot more now, so that's really good. But of course, let me know your guys' thoughts on the new peacock. If you don't like him, if you do like him, how could you not like him though? A fish that size that looks that good. It's going to be so freaking cool when we finally do start to get this peacock eating in here, and he just starts blowing up on all these minnows and shrimp and all that. It is going to be so freaking fun. But of course, I'm going to have to work with him a lot one-on-one, you know, just trying to get him used to me and to trust me. I don't think that's going to be too big of an issue just because, like I said, he's used to being in a pond. The thing is we're just going to have to wait on him to whenever he wants to eat. And real quick before you guys go, I just wanted to show you guys the 2 electric blue jack Dempseys that we moved into the Peacock tank in the last video. Guys, they are doing absolutely amazing. Could not be doing any better than they are. The smaller one's like super light colored, and the other one stayed pretty well dark how he was when I moved him. But I got 2 cubes of bloodworms right here. Here we go. Watch. Oh gosh, what the frick. Alright, here we go. Watch them. They just come in there and just bull rush the peacocks. They have a much bigger mouth than the peacocks, and they come in there and just tear that cube to pieces. Look at that. Little Leperinus getting in on it. They are doing so good in here. Yep. He'll get it to where he can get the whole thing in his mouth and then run off with it. But yeah, they're doing really, really good. All the peacocks are getting along. No aggression whatsoever. And yeah, I'm loving having them in this tank on this LED light. Their colors, especially on that little one. Look at that. Look at the blue. And these guys are only going to get bigger as time goes on and as they eat more and more bloodworms. You guys want to know the first thing that I thought of last night when I put this peacock in the pond? I was like, dang, I really need to get a bigger pond. So, you never know.